إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أحييكم بتحية الإسلام وهي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Okay, last week we discussed about the matrukul hadith. Matrukul hadith. We said matrukul hadith means is the hadith that the narrator or the rawi who narrated is accusing for telling the lie. We didn't find him, he fabricated the hadith to the Prophet, but we already know him, this person is a liar. So if he narrated the hadith, we cannot accept his hadith, because maybe he will fabricated the liar and embedded it to the Prophet, because we know him, he's a liar. So because of this, we cannot accept his hadith. So any person narrated the hadith that the ulama accusing him for telling lie, this is hadith matruk. And or the person who he has a lot of mistakes. At any time, if he narrated the hadith, he will make a mistake. So if we find this person, his memorization is very, very weak, and always if he narrated the hadith, his hadith, he make a mistake, and this mistake is too much. So for this reason, we said his hadith is matruk. His hadith is matruk. So from this definition, we can know that hadith matruk, it has two types. One, an yarwihi rawi muttaham bil kazib, means the person, the first type is the person narrated the hadith is accusing for telling lie. So this is the first type. So for example of this means the narrator who narrated the hadith, but the ulama, they already accusing him for telling lie. Example is Amr bin Shamra. Amr bin Shamra. So this Amr bin Shamra muttahamu bil kazib. He narrated one hadith عن جابر بن أبي الطفيل عن علي وعمار قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقنط في صلاة الفجر ويقطع التكبير بعد كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقنط في الفجر ويكبر يوم العرفة الغداء ويقطع التكبير بعد صلاة العصر آخر يوم التشريق. So this Amr bin Shamr al-Ju'fi al-Kufi narrated this hadith from Jabir bin Abi Tufail, for an Ali wa Ammar radiallahu anhuma, he said that كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he used to do qunut in Salatul Fajr. He used to do qunut in Salatul Fajr. ويكبر يوم العرفة في الفجر, and he started the takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, this takbir that we do in Eid. So he said Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started this takbir in Yawm al-Arfa, 9 of the Dhul-Hijjah, and wayaqta takbir, he started this takbir Yawm al-Arfa ba'ada, after he finished the Fajr prayer, and he said wayaqta takbir ba'da salat al-asr akhir Yawm tashriq, and he will continue doing takbir until 13 of the Hijjah. He finished after Salatul Asr, after Salatul Asr. So this hadith is very, very weak, because in the isnad of the hadith, Amr bin Shamra al-Ju'fi al-Kufi, this person is a muttaham bil-kazib, muttaham bil-kazib. The ulama accusing him for telling lie. So this hadith is not authentic. So this is the reason why قال النسائي ودار القطني في أمر إنه متروك الحديث. Imam al-Nasa'i and Dar al-Qutni, they say that this Amr bin Sham is matruk because he's a muttaham bil-kazib. So the ulama accusing he's a liar because he's a following the Shia, he's a Shi'i. So you know that the kazib is nothing to Shia. It's very easy for Shi'i man, he fabricated anything that he wish, because some of them they saw that kazib is not haram. So they will say that if you want to fabricate the kazib in order to spoil the name of your enemy, so it's okay, no problem. This is how the Shia do. If you can fabricate the kazib or hadith in order to spoil your enemy, because the Shia, they say also their enemy is Ahlul Sunnah. So I and you all, according to the belief in Shia, all we are enemy of them. So according to the belief of Shia, if they get power, I and you is halal, our blood is halal, so they can kill us, and our property is halal for them. So this is how the Shia do. So this is the reason why if you see the Shia get a chance, they will kill all the Ahlul Sunnah, because in the belief of Shia, they believe that killing the Ahlul Sunnah, this is ibadah. It's ibadah. يتقربون إلى الله بسفك دم أهل السنة, whom they are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for killing the Ahlul Sunnah. So now if they have power, if they get the chance, they will kill me, they will kill you, they kill you, because all of us, we are Ahlul Sunnah. Yes, this is the reason why you see they kill many people. Yeah. No, yes, they fabricated many things from their Aimma. They said Qala Ali, Qala Abu Ja'far as-Sadiq, Ja'far as-Sadiq, Qala al-Baqir. But all these Aimma, Ahlul Bayt, they are not Shia. All the things that Shia, they said this Aimma to Ahlul Bayt said, all they fabricated it. All they fabricated it in the names of Ahlul Bayt. So they are using the name of Ahlul Bayt in order to achieve their goals. So because why? Because Shia, they want to destroy Islam. This is the aims and objectives of Shia, to destroy the Islam. So but they know they cannot make it because it's very difficult for them. So what they do, they say that we are the alliance of Ahlul Bayt. We are, why? Because anybody, any Muslim, he love Ahlul Bayt. Any Muslim, the Ahlul Bayt Rasul, the family of the Prophet, we love them. We know then the Ahlul Bayt is of the Rasul. The love of the Ahlul Bayt is ibadah. It's ibadah. We love the Fatima, we love the Hassan, we love the Hussein, we love the family of Hassan and Hussein, and we love Ali. All this is ibadah because they are the Ahlul Bayt of Rasul. But we Ahlul Sunnah, we don't give the Ahlul Bayt priority than what Allah He didn't give them. We stay where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said for Ahlul Bayt, or what Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. So we are following what Prophet said and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said and Prophet. If Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to do something for Ahlul Bayt, we do it. If he didn't say it, we cannot do. Because if we do something to Ahlul Bayt, the Prophet he didn't command us to do that, we take some hukuk that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he didn't give this hukuk to Ahlul Bayt, we give it to them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he will ask you, who said to do that? So the Shia, they try to use the name of Ahlul Bayt in order to achieve their goals. So they started using the names of Ahlul Bayt and they condemn another Sahaba. So you see, if they condemn another Sahaba, they already condemn the Islam, because this Sahaba, they are the people who narrated Quran. I and you, we didn't meet the Prophet, but we have Quran we read. Who narrated this Quran to us? Sahaba. Sahaba, they are the people who narrated Quran from Prophet. And the Sahaba, they are the people who explained Islam to us, because we didn't meet the Prophet. So if the Shia try to condemn all Sahaba, so they already finished with Islam. So this is their aims in order to destroy the Islam. So this is the reason why some Shia, they said the Quran is not complete because the Sahaba is changed it. They say that. They said the Sahaba changed the Quran.
So they have their own Quran?
Yeah, they said they have Mus'haf Fatima.
Oh.
But we said we want to see that Mus'haf Fatima. You cannot see it.
Does it exist?
Yeah, so we don't see it. This is Kazib. But they claim that they have it. They claim they have it. If you read their books like Usul al-Kafi and so on, they have this book. So this is the problem that we are facing. The Shia is very dangerous for Ummah. So you see, if they get a power, they'll kill. But Ahlul Sunnah, when the Shia are under them, we give them justice. Because, or for example, even if Kafir is under the hukum of Ahlul Sunnah, we give him justice. It's not allowed in Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. So your mommy is already in Mecca now, inshallah. So my regards to her if she call you, inshallah. Okay. So this is the thing that we are facing, because if they destroy the Sahaba, they say all the Sahaba are bad people. So how we can, from where we take our religion? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He chooses the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the best khalq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He chooses him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He chooses the people that are living together with the Prophet. They are the best people in this ummah. Radiallahu anhum. So if these people, they are not good. So you say that the Prophet, like for example, like assuming they say that. If you said the Sahaba, all of them are bad people, so you means that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he already failed, because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the one who give tarbiyah to Sahaba. He's the teacher of the Sahaba. So after he passed away, you say that all the Sahaba are bad. So you mean that the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't succeed. He already failed, because the people that he gave the tarbiyah after he passed away, all of them, they are bad. So this is you want to accusing the Prophet. You want to explain to the people the Prophet, he already failed. So this is very dangerous.
Because in case of Iraq last time, Saddam Hussein was accused of killing the Shia. Is it true?
Not only Shia Saddam Hussein killed, even Ahlul Sunnah he kills. Some people didn't explain that, because at that time any person who said that he is against his government, if it's Ahlul Sunnah or Shia, he kill him.
Oh, against the government.
Yes. Some people they say only he killing the Shia, and not correct. Even he killing many Ahlul Sunnah.
Even that's the north of Iraq.
Yes, it is Akrat, Kurdis.
Kurdis.
Yes, all these Kurdis are Ahlul Sunnah, all of them, but he killed them. Because why? Because they are against his government. So it's not true the Saddam Hussein only killing the Shia, not true.
He is a Sunni.
He's a Sunni.
At the same time, he's a nationalist.
Yes, he's nationally. So if somebody is against his government, he kill him. Is it a Ahlul Sunnah or Shia? But you see now, recently now, what happened in Iraq? Iraq, when the Shia dominated the government, how many ulama of Sunnah they killed? How many mosques they destroyed? Most of Ahlul Sunnah, masjid. They destroyed many masjid.
That is not made known to people.
Yeah. This Shia, they are very dangerous.
The Shia invited American, they helped the American to trace Saddam Hussein and all that.
Yeah, I don't know the history of that. I don't know. But this is what
Not
happened.
he invited them. Bush wanted to attack the country.
So this is the world politics. Yeah. But the thing that I explained to you, the Shia are going to spoil the Islam. Now, for example, I explained to you how the Shia, their target is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why? And now, for example, somebody, he have his wife. You come and say his wife, she is a bad woman. So, you means that you didn't attack his wife, you attack him. Because this showed that this person, he didn't teach his wife. And this person, he didn't give good tarbiyah to his wife. So if somebody came to you, he started accusing your wife, he didn't mean your wife, he attacking you. So how the Shia, they attacking Aisha? All the Shia, they attacking Aisha. Why the Shia, they attacking Hafsa?
Because he actually attacked.
Why? So this, if they attacking Aisha, they already attacking the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So their aim is to destroy Islam. So they use the names of Ahlul Bayt in order to achieve their goals. Because they know that if they came, they started attacking the Prophet, nobody can accept. Nobody. And so they said, we take the family of the Prophet, because we know all the Ummah, they love the family of the Prophet, Ahlul Bayt. So we use the names of Ahlul Bayt to spoil the Islam. And they will bring the Kazib. They said, Umar bin Khattab, he do many bad things for Ahlul Bayt. So if the people hear that, he said, oh, Umar, why he do that? He hate Umar. Why he do that for the family of the Prophet? And they said, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he didn't give the miras, mawaris, miras. Yes. the wells that the Prophet ﷺ lived, he didn't give it to Fatima. He take. So the people, they say, why he do? They fabricated many hadith kazi. They say that. So they said the Sahaba, they do many bad things for Ahlul Bayt. So they fabricated many hadiths for that. So after that, the Muslim, he started hating the Sahaba. They said, why these people, they didn't recognize the family of the Prophet. So, but actually the Shia, they are not love the Ahlul Bayt. Their intention to destroy the Islam. So this is the reason why they started attacking the Sahaba. After they said all the Sahaba are kuffar. So if all the Sahaba are kuffar, and you are wasting our time, we don't have good religion. Because if they say all the Sahaba are kuffar, so this Quran, yes, so with this Quran we collect it from Sahaba. The hadith also we narrated it from Sahaba. All the explanation of the Islam we narrated it from Sahaba. So they said all the Sahaba are kuffar, only 4 or 5. So if it's that, where will take our deen? So we are wasting our time. We have the religion. We don't have any religion. So as how? Ibn Shia not attacking Prophet only, they attacking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? They said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he don't have knowledge of the Sahaba. Why he choose Sahaba to be the people that are living together with Prophet? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said that he already agreed with them, and Sahaba, they agree with Allah. So Allah, he said he agreed with them. Now the Shia, they said all Sahaba are kuffar. So this means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he didn't know the condition and situation of Sahaba. So this is attacking for Allah also. So this is very, very, yes, this is not, so this is the reason why always Shia, they are disturbing us. The Sahaba, the Ahl Sunnah, they didn't treat the Shia. So the Shia, you read how the Dawla Abbasiyya, yes, destroyed. Do you read the history? Do we have one Shi'i, Ibn al-Alqam or something like that? He is the Wazir, you know Wazir, for the Khalifa. So this Shi'i is the one who invite Mughal, Tatar. He allies with them secretly. And these Mughals enter Baghdad, they kill the Khalifa, they destroy everything. So you see, these people, yes, this Shi'i, he invited them and enter Baghdad and destroying they kill the Khalifa, they kill the family of the Khalifa, they destroying the Islam. They kill many ulama at that time with invitation of the Shia. This Ibn al-Alqam. Yeah, Mughal, they give invitation to Mughal to enter. And he informed the Mughal how they will enter Baghdad, and you do this, if you do this and this and this, you can't get a victory. So now the Shia, they are respecting the Abu Lu'lu' al-Majusi who killed the woman. They are respecting him. They are respecting him. This is Majus. It's Kafir, but the Shia, they are respecting him. They call him Shaheed. Some of them, they call him Imam. Majus, who is worshipping fire. But the Shia are respecting him. Now they open the place, Qabr, like Quba in Iran or anywhere else. The Shia, they go and visit this for Abu Lu'lu' al-Majusi because he killed the Umar. So this Majus.
Who did kill Umar?
Yes, Abu Lu'lu', he is the one who killed Umar.
And they left Ulum.
Eh?
And the Shia left Ulum.
Yes, the Shia, they are respecting him, respecting this person who killed Umar, Abu Lu'ala al-Majusi. Yes. So you see, the Shia, they want to destroy the Islam.
This Amr bin Shamra,
No.
he has narrated 4,000.
No, he's not the one. Not him. That one is Abu al-Awja. Abu al-Awja. We already finished the Hadith al-Mawdu. Yeah, in Hadith al-Mawdu. Abu al-Awja.
There is so many of them.
So many of?
Many narrated Mawdu.
Many.
And the leader?
Eh?
The leader?
We don't know the we know many of them. If you take a Kitab al-Mawdu'at Ibn al-Jawzi, you can find more than 1,000 of them. If you take the Kitab of al-Du'afa, al-Kamil fi Du'afa al-Rajal, you can find many of them there. If you take the Kitab Mizan al-I'tidal Imam al-Zahabi also, you can find many of them there.
There is so many hadiths.
Yes, we have many hadiths. Da'if, we have many hadiths Mawdu.
The Shia have their own hadith.
Yes, they narrated many, they fabricated many hadiths. Yes. And the liar is very easy for Shia. So Shia, they are very dangerous in this ummah. Always they will alliance with the Kuffar in order to destroy the Islam.
They are more dangerous than the Yahud.
Yes.
Because Yahud is clear cut.
We already know them.
Clear, yeah.
Yes, but these are within us. Yes. So this is Shia is very dangerous. Okay. So this is the first example of Hadith al-Matruk. Hadith Amr bin Shamra al-Ju'fi. Hadith Amr bin Shamra al-Ju'fi. Then we have second types, means the person who narrated the hadith but he make a lot of mistake because his memorization is very weak. So this person, if he narrated the hadith, we didn't accept his hadith, the hadith is rejected. Yes, because he has a lot of mistakes. For example, hadith Abu Bakr bin Abi Maryam al-Ghassani, the hadith that Tirmidhi narrated, like قال الترمذي حدثنا سفيان بن وكيع قال حدثنا عيسى بن يونس عن أبي بكر بن أبي مريم الغساني عن دمرة بن خبيب عن شداد بن أوس عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الكيس من دان نفسه. So this hadith, if you see it, if you look through his isnad, so you can find this hadith is very weak, because in the isnad we have somebody called Abu Bakr bin Abi Maryam al-Ghassani. So this person, his memory,
Example of the hadith that he narrated.
al-Kayyis mandana nafsa.
Example.
Yes, this one. Yes, this is the example that you mentioned. So this Abu Bakr bin Abi Maryam al-Ghassani, one day the thieves enter his house, they stole his properties. So after they stole his properties, then he get confused. His memory is very shocked. You know, sometimes if somebody missing something, maybe he will be unconscious and he started doing something that without sense, like that. So this Abu Bakr bin Abi Maryam al-Ghassani, like Abu Hatim said that طرقه اللصوص فأخذوا متاعه فاختلط. So the thieves enter his house and stole his properties. After that, he confused. So he started, if he narrated hadith, he make a lot of mistakes. From that time, after the thief stole his properties, he confused. Always, if he narrated the hadith, he make a lot of mistakes. So this is the reason why قال أبو زرعة منكر الحديث قال ابن حبان كان من خيار أهل الشام ولكن كان رديء حفظ يحدث بشيء فهم ويكثر ذلك حتى استحق الترك. Ibn Hibban, he said that this person كان من خيار أهل الشام, he's among the people that are very righteous people from the people of Sham. He's among the righteous people from people of Sham. You know Sham, this Syria. He's come from Syria, this person, Abu Bakr. And he's the righteous person among the righteous people from Sham. But ولكن كان رديء الحفظ, but his memory, his memorization is very, very weak. His memorization is very, very weak. So Ibn Hibban, he said, so this is the reason why always if he narrated the hadith, he make a mistakes. Always if he narrated the hadith, he make a mistakes. And this mistake is too much. It's too much. So for this reason, istahaq at-tark. The ulama, they rejected him all. They rejected his hadith. All his hadith, the ulama rejected it.
Right from the beginning.
Yes, because he have a lot of mistakes. So this is the reason why قال دار القطني matruk. So you see this person, we said matruk, but he's not accusing with liar because he have problem in his memorization. So this is the meaning of hadith matruk. Hadith matruk.
So he is so emotionally disturbed by the thief who came to his house.
Yes, yes. So you know some people like that. Some people, if they lost something, so they will get from that time they get a problem in their, yes, they be unconscious or they be upset like that, and this can touch their memory. Some people, if they lost something, even maybe if you have a good friend, he passed away, some people from that time, okay, he cannot be normal. Or maybe he had his wife pass away, from that time he cannot be normal. Or maybe her husband passed away also like that.
Even an ulama can be like that.
Yes, even the ulama. Anybody. Sometime.
But that is, mashallah, isn't it? Allah, mashallah. Allah wants it to happen that way, isn't it?
What?
Allah wants it to happen that way. Not that He wants, isn't it?
Yes, we say, we know that everything, it happened, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already know it before it happened. But this is the reason why the Sharia explained to us. They say that if you lost somebody, just you be patient. If you do patient, you get a reward from Allah. But if you do many things that is not good, so you can never return this person to come to you, and you get a sins. So this is the reason why it's not good after somebody passed out, we started crying loudly, and we started cut our, some people they tear their dress. So this is not good. It's haram in Sharia. Yeah, the Shia, they did it. They did it. They said in the day that remembering of Yom Karbala, they come out put all this is not Islam. So it's not allowed if you lost somebody, you started crying loudly, and you started saying something that is not good, and you started tearing your clothes. I mean, this is not, it's not allowed in Sharia. You must be patient, but no problem if maybe just a tears came out to your eyes. This is not a problem. Just a tears, no problem. But started loudly crying and shouting, and some people they fall down. All this is not allowed in Islam. You must be patient. If you be patient, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will guarantee, He will give you the thing that is better than the thing that He lost. And also, you get a reward. The thing that Sharia, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command us to do if we lost something. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allahumma ajurni fi musibati hadha wa khalufni khayran minha. Just to say something like this only is okay. It's no problem if the tears came to prayer. It's no problem. But started shouting, and you fall down, and you tear your clothes. All this is jahiliyyah. It's not Islam.
But the trauma, trauma, that means the losing of something,
Yes.
can cause trauma to a person, traumatic. The sadness, the feeling upset, it takes some time. Is it okay?
Yes, because feeling maybe so upset or on the you get angry or something like that. This is normal for human being. This is the reason why when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his son Ibrahim passed away, he shed a tears like that, and I forgot which Sahabi asked him, being Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said yes, but your heart, it will be angry, and we can share the tears, but we don't say anything, only the thing that is right. You see, only the thing that is right. Yes, we can, our heart, it will be angry, and we can share the tears, but we didn't say anything, only the thing that is right. So this is not a problem if maybe you get angry if you lost something. But the thing that Sharia is not allowed in Sharia, we started crying, shouting, and we started tear your clothes, and you started saying something that is not good. You must be patient. If you be patient, this is the reason why Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in one hadith, if any woman who lost her son, 3 sons, he be patient, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He give her Jannah. And one woman said, even 2 said yes. One said, even 1 said yes. So this is how the Sharia, to be patient. This is the reason to say inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This happened to Salma. Anybody who practice what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, he can never lost. He can never lose. If you see the thing that you lost now is very, very difficult for you, be patient and say inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will change you the better. If you lost your husband, he passed away, don't say it, start shouting and crying. Just said inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allahumma arjumni fi musibati hadha wa akhlifni khayran minha. If you say that, surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He can change, He can give you another husband that is better than the husband that you lost before. This happened with Salma. When the Abu Salma passed away, radiyallahu anhu, this Abu Salma is among the people previous people that enter Islam, sabiqun al-awwalina min al-Islam. And he migrated to Habasha, he migrated to Medina, he attended Ghazwatul Badr, Ghazwatul Uhud, and many jihad he attended. And he is a righteous. Then he passed away. When he passed away, Salma said, oh, maybe I cannot get a husband like him, because this husband is a righteous, he's a very kind to me. She saw that he can never find. But she said that because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, we say this, I can say it. She said, inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un, Allahumma ajurni fi musibati haza wa akhlufni khayran minha. Then after she said that, after she finished the idda, you know, idda, 4 months, and if the husband passed away, his wife, she stayed 4 months and 10 days. So after she finished this period of days, then the Prophet ﷺ came to her. He said to her, he want to marry her. So of course, Prophet is better than 1,000 of Abu Salma.
So in Akhirah, in Jannah, whom will he be with? She.
Prophet Muhammad.
Prophet.
Yes.
The better of the two.
Yes, the better of the two. The better of the two.
In Iman.
Yes, this is the reason why the ulama say that. The ulama, they had different options. The ulama say that if the woman, her husband passed away, she want that her husband, he be her husband in Jannah, so she be patient, he didn't marry it again. Because if she married somebody also, he passed away, if she didn't marry he in Jannah, it will be together with him. Just the end, the time, the last husband that passed away from her. If he enter Jannah. If he enter Jannah. So she will be his wife in the Jannah. The last husband passed away.
Not the better.
Not the better. The last life. Some ulama said the better, but some ulama they said the last. The last husband who passed away for her, if he enter Jannah, because when he passed away, she is his wife. So when she married another, for now she is not his wife. She already the wife of somebody else. So this is the reason why the ulama said the last husband who passed away, if he enter Jannah, he will be her husband.
Will the husband have many wives?
Oh, only his wife, no problem. Yes. If maybe husband pass away, he have 4 wives, he enter Jannah, all these 4 wives enter Jannah also. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot separate them from him.
Plus the
Hurul Ain. Yes.
That means in Jannah, women still have one husband. Women still have one husband.
Yes, still one. Yes.
That's how Allah wants.
This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he can arrange, so we cannot say anything. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala arrange, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's the one who created a man, he's the one who created a woman, and he know the situation of man, he know the situation of woman. So for this reason, he give all of us his duty. This so duty is for man, and so duties is for woman. So the problem that we are facing now in the world, because the man they live their duties, and the women they live their duties. So this is so this is the problem that we are facing now. Because if you leave your duty, you enter another duty, so you get a lot of problem. So this is the reason why today we have a lot of mashaki. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you whom man, this is our duties. It's better to take these duties. And woman, this is your duty. It's better to observe these duties. But the woman said, no. The duty that the man can do, I can do it better. They say like that, anything that man can do, the woman do it better. So they said, I cannot do my duty, I will do the duty of man. So this is the reason why we get a lot of bad tarbiyah for our children. Because the woman live their duties. And the man, he live his own duty. So this is the reason why we have a lot of mashakil, fasad, pil society. Because if the woman live her duty, they take the duty of man. So this can happen many kaba'ir, zina, or many sins. So this is the reason why now we are facing many problems in the Muslim society. Man live his duty, and woman also live her own duty. So like the people, they don't understand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who created us. He know our situation more than you. So why He choose for you this thing? You said no. He know your situation. He is the one who created you. He is the one who know your condition and your situation. And He is the one who know your capacity of your body, because He is the one who created that body. And He is the one who give you spiritual akal and everything. He know the limitation of your akal. He know the limitation of the akal of man. He know the limitation of akal of woman. So for this reason, He know everything. So He said, this for only woman, and this for only man. But we said no. We said no. So if we said no, so we started getting a lot of problems.
Because sometimes the woman didn't live his duty, her duty.
Yes.
But the man, he lived his duty.
Yeah.
So the woman have to take over the duty of the man, because the man has left his duty.
Okay, so this is another problem. If any person leave his duty, we have problem. So this is the reason some men leave their duties. So this is the problem. Now we are facing the problems. Yes. Woman, she must go out and work, but the thing, woman, she can sit in the house in order to look care for the children, to give them good tarbiyah, education, and to give them good tarbiyah. But now, most of our children in the care center. Maybe the man going out to work, the woman also, the children also, from 7:30 to 5 to 6, and when she came back, she already tired, so she don't have time to sit down together with her children in order to know what is your problem and what is your problem. So a lot of this. So you see, the people, the children cannot get a good tarbiyah. So this is the reason why, if you compare the previous people, the tarbiyah that, for example, now the tarbiyah that you get in previous time, the children in this time, they did not get that tarbiyah. Because in the previous time, the fathers and mothers, how they take care of their children, now, no. So this is the reason why we get a lot of problems now. Only few families only. So this is what facing us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who created us, and He is the one who know the thing that is better than us. So this is the reason why He explained everything. He said this and this for man, and this for woman. So all of us, he must to choose his duty. If we choose our duty, so our society can be safe. Everything can be safe. But if we started to live what Allah said, especially I talking within the Islamic countries, no non-Islamic countries, because that people, they didn't follow in the Sharia. We are saying for the Islamic countries, if the Muslims live what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala arranged for them, so they can never achieve. Always problem. Always problem. So this is the reason why we are facing most of the problem. This is the reason why now, if you go, you read the statistic that for divorce, it's too much. Why? Yes, why? Why a lot of divorce? Why? Because if you read the reasons, you can find because the men lead the duties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to them, and also the women lead the duties, their duties. Maybe you have a wife, she went out for a job. In her job, she had the class. There somebody who her colleagues in the job. Maybe she will be a girlfriend for him. Start a problem. Many, if you read the statistic of the problem that happened for divorce, you can see that. Because he find his wife, she called somebody, her colleagues in her work, or something like that. Or he find his wife, she's sitting together with somebody, she's discussing. He divorced her. Yes, so all this is living the teaching of the Sharia. So this is the thing that we are facing. So this is how a lot of problem we are facing. We cannot achieve our aims until we follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Because we said, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So we already submit our life to Allah. So if you submit your life to Allah, you try to follow what Allah said. Because you already submit your life to Him. So He already arranged for you what is better for your life. So why? Because your akal it has limit. Your thinking is limit. وَمَا أُوتِيتُ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. The thing that you see is better. What Sharia says is better what you think you. For this reason, all Sharia, she didn't allow the woman to travel without their muharram, because a lot of problem it happened there. So many problem. If you read many cases, the people now they are doing statistics how we can give solution for this, but they do international conference in order to get the solution, but all of them they forgot. Somebody, maybe professor, he present his paper, he said, I think the solution is so kaza. Or he said, my solution is so kaza. But he forgot that the solution in Quran. The solution in Quran. Just the solution. Don't do any international conference. You spend a lot of money. You discuss many things. No. Just started saying the people to follow what Allah said. If the people follow what Allah said, within 2 years everything will be okay. The number of divorce that we have, it will reduce to 20% or to 10%. Just 2 years. If the people started to following what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran regarding for duties of man and woman, the man follow his duties and the woman also follow her duties in the Quran, within 2 years the percentage of divorce it will decline to maybe 10% or 5%, but now up to 75%, especially in Arab country. Yes, they have. If you see divorce in Arab country also like that, like not in, I miss like Dubai, in Masar, something like that. Yes, and in the Asian country also, the rate is high.
Because the system of education is more on the secular side than the Sharia side. So most of us were brought up in that education. We don't know the religion so much. Only when we reach certain age, old age, only when we go back to the classes
And so this is the kulwa that the colonials do to the Islam countries, to remove the young people from the knowledge of Islam. Because if they didn't know the real knowledge of Islam, the society will be destroyed, like what we are facing now. We don't say we can read the education for Western education, no problem. But the thing that is very, very compulsory for each person to teach his children the religion. Because if you pass away, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He didn't ask you, are you a professor? Or are you a doctor? Or what is your qualification in your job? Or which company you come from? Or how many your salary that you take? Oh, no. He asks you for your religion. How your salah, how your aqidah, how the activities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said is for you to do it. All things Allah, He will ask us. Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyati. So this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He give for all of us His activities, and all of us Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will ask Him the activities that He giving. So the man, he has his own responsibility for look care of his wife, for look care of his children, for give tarbiyah, and to earn many things, his responsibility. Then in the day of judgment, Allah, He will ask him that, did you apply this responsibility? And also woman, it has her responsibility in the house. Allah, He will ask her. Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi. So this is the problem that we are facing. If you follow the Sharia, anything can be easy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the one who created us. He knows our situation. He knows everything that is better for us. So for this reason, He chooses the thing that is better for us. He gives it to us. But we human beings were the people that created the problem. For example, I give this example, but I know many women cannot like to hear this. Ta'addud, az-zawaj. Ta'addud. Polygamy. Yes. 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives. Yes. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who explained that in the Quran. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He already know this is better for the society. It's better for the society, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He already know that the number of women are more than number of men. And many times the men, they pass away than women, because the men always, they attended the jihad, they get an accident. If you maybe in there, if you do statistic, maybe you can find 80 men pass away, maybe only 20 or 30 women pass away, because many things. So for this reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed ta'addud. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala live, He said only man, one man he married, only one woman. So the remaining, how they do their life? So the zina started in the society.
But He did mention that if you stick to one, it's better, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He did mention in the Surah An-Nisa, that if you stick to one, it's better.
If you fear, you are afraid to do justice. Justice.
If you can't do justice.
If you cannot do justice, so it's better to stay with one. But if you can do justice, can marry one. So what is kind of justice here we mean? Justice, not the thing that is in the heart. No. Because this thing, you can never do it. Because this is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot say that as how I love my first wife, the same thing I love my second wife. No, cannot. But what is the justice? The thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, do to all your wives. Even you love your first wife more than second wife, don't treat your second wife. The thing that you give the first wife, you must give it to second wife. So this is justice that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the thing that in heart, we can never do it. In material, yes. You understand? So this is the thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained. And the thing that you saw that all the Anbiya, they have to adopt. This showed that this thing is better.
Because there were so many Sahabas killed in the...
Yes, and many Sahaba, they have to adopt. Not Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam only. If you read the biography of prophets, yes. Prophet Sulaiman, how many wives he have?
They are prophets, but people today, they take a lot of wives, but they marry somebody who can support themselves.
Yes, I know that. But we don't say that the ta'addud is not allowed. Only the person who do that, we said he do it wrong. The thing that he do is not Islam. But some people, they will use these people that do something wrong to apply for all everybody. It's not correct. The Islam is Islam. If you follow, alhamdulillah. If you didn't follow, we don't give hukum for Islam for the doing for somebody else. So there's somebody who do that, he has his own punishment. But now, how many people are living? How many women are living without a husband? Many of them, because we don't allow ourselves for ta'addud. So this is the reason why Sharia explains everything that is better for society. Okay, why we stop? We go so far.
In heaven, we don't have children, right? No, there are no children in the heaven.
No, your own children that you have here is your own children in the Jannah, if they enter Jannah.
There are kids in Jannah?
Yeah, we have kids in Jannah, but you are not the one who give birth for them. Allah will die. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them in the Jannah. They are in Jannah now. This will die. So because your life, we need some kids of like kids. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this. But no any, maybe you said you are want to give a birth or nothing. No, like that.
I thought we are all of the same age, like 30 years old.
Yes, the same age. The same age.
But the kids, they are also...
Yes, small. But these kids that are in Jannah, not they was born here. Allah created them in Jannah. Like wildan mukhalladun, wildan mukhalladun, like hurul ayn, like hurul ayn.
It's not kids, it's not children.
It's not our children in the world, but they are the hurul ayn.
No, hurul ayn, we have some kids that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them. They are in Jannah. Wildanu mukhalladun. Quran mentioning it. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning, He created some wife, some women in Jannah. Hurul ayn. Also He created some kids in Jannah. But all the person who was born after he passed away, if he entered Jannah, will be the same age. Yes.
Then is our children all same age as ours, all young?
Yes, for that I don't know really. But I will check about it. I will check about it, inshallah.
And Wildan is boys?
Yes, Wildan is kids.
But in what surah is it? Those who didn't get married
Mhm.
while on earth, and those who were divorced and didn't remarry, and the husband didn't enter Jannah, they will marry Wildan, is it right?
Yes, the ulama explained that.
Wildan?
Wildan? No, this Wildan is Wildan, not Wildan. Wildan, this is small boys. But what ulama explained that if a woman enter Jannah and her husband, he didn't enter Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will give her another husband in Jannah. In Jannah.
Can we choose?
I don't know. 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 I I don't know. So this is the thing that is gaib. The thing that is gaib. Just we believe that. Like now, we have many women that they enter Jannah, their husband they didn't enter Jannah. And we have many men that they can enter Jannah, and the women, their wives, they didn't enter Jannah. So maybe from this, we don't know actually, but yeah, wallahu a'lam. But we know that she can marry another husband, Allah He can give her another husband in Jannah. And also if your wife, she didn't enter Jannah, you can get another wife in Jannah.
Because husband and wife relationship in Jannah is different from the husband and wife relationship here, isn't it?
No any in Jannah, no any activities, just for the life only. No, you said this is a responsibility for you to do prayer or something like. No, just relax. Yes. So this is the reason why Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say in Jannah many things that we can never imagine it in your because this is just what we believe, because Allah He explained. But the real we see until we enter. So this is the reason why Professor Salma always said, if you want to pray Jannatul Firdaus, because many things there. So yeah, we just to try to pray and worship in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The summary is the problem that we facing now. Just we are not following what Allah says. If we are following what Allah says, so anything within short time we can get a solution.
Just like the hudud, right?
Yes.
Now there are so many crimes.
Yes.
People break into people's house, like all
So all this, but the people, they think that I want to explain to many people. Many people, they didn't understand what is Sharia. If you Sharia, some people they understand only hudud. No, Islam is not come just hudud only. So this is the reason why we Muslims we don't explain the right Sharia to the unbelievers, because the unbelievers, if you said Sharia, they expected that just cut their hand and hudud. But this hudud is only 1% for the Sharia, only 1%. And before this hudud, Sharia put many dawabit. The dawabit means how I can conditions. Now before you give hudud for zani, you have many conditions.
For Salat, for example.
Yeah.
Salat.
For salah,
Salat, you have to emphasize Salat first.
I don't understand.
No, he was trying to say about zina.
Yes, for condition before you give hudud for zani, many conditions. Before you say this person is zani, is very difficult, because some conditions. Before you say this person he commit a zina, is very difficult. So this is the reason why if you read the history, only few people, the Sharia give them hudud for zina, because before you get a zani, you condition, very strict conditions. Yes. But the people, they expected if you say Sharia, just cut them. No. This is our misunderstanding.
In case of zani, she and he admitted,
No.
then he has to undergo the hudud, isn't it?
Yes, if he declared that, he said he commit a zina, yes, we can do hudud for him.
Because those conditions doesn't apply.
Yes, if he committed that, he said I do for himself. But if somebody said that he rejected, you can do.
The admitted, the ones admitted,
Mhm.
and then the Islamic country doesn't do the hudud, then he is free. Is it proper?
No, this one is belong to the thing. The hukum is not for you. It's for the leaders. The leaders, they are the people that they do hukum. We are not allowed. I said, if I catch somebody, he fulfilled the condition of zina, I do hukum hudud for him. It's not, if I do that, it's mistake, because this is the responsibility of the leaders to do that. So if you don't do, if the hukum not applying for him, just he asks forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah can forgive him. Yeah, tawbah. If nobody catch you, you do something that is bad, just try to ask forgiveness. If you ask forgiveness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will forgive you. But the thing that I want to explain, the Sharia is not only hudud, only like 1%. Sharia in whole our life. Yes, you must to be kind to your neighbor. This is Sharia also. Even your neighbor is kafir, don't treat him because he's a kafir. No, you must to recognize him. You must to give his haq, even his kafir.
If he didn't do his haq, that means what happened to him?
If kafir he didn't, is your neighbor, even his kafir, the Sharia put the haq of neighbor. So this haq, you must to fulfill it.
That is Sharia.
Yes.
If he didn't fulfill the haq,
if you treat the kafir is your neighbor bad, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will ask you.
that means on earth he was not supposed to be punished, is it? There's no punishment on earth.
No, I don't set not punishment on earth. Now, for example, here in this country, you are living together with the kuffar. So this kuffar, the government, they already allowed them to live in this country. So you, because the government, they already give them nationality and everything. So if somebody kafir is your neighbor, don't treat him with something bad because he's a kafir. Because most Islam, He didn't give you that permission. You must to give his haq. You must to give his haq. If you didn't give this haq, you treat him, Allah, He will ask you. So this is the reason why Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in one hadith, "Man qatala zimmiyan lan yashum raihatul jannah." You know what is zimmi? Zimmi means the kafir who he didn't have nationality, but he entered your country with the permission of the government. Maybe he can't do business, or he invest in his company or something like that. He entered your country with the permission of your government. So for this reason, this kafir is kafir zimmi. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you kill him, you can never raihatul jannah. You can never smile the Jannah, not to enter Jannah. What is how I can explain it? Yes, smell. Yes, you can never smell the raihatul Jannah. So this is zimmi. So this is the reason why you must to give them their hukuk. Yes, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he entered the Medina, he make a agreement with Yahud in Medina, and at that time nobody can treat the Yahud because the Prophet, he already give them zimma. So you can never treat him. If you treat him, if he take you to the court, if the Sharia find that he's the right in this case, they will give him his right. So this is Islam. This is Islam. But you treat somebody because he's a kafir, you take his haq and you do something bad to him, to his house, maybe to put something in front of his house that is not good, or you disturbing him with something that is not good, or you do something bad for him, Allah, He will ask you. If you are a Muslim,
Take our haq.
if you take your haq, this for him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He can treat him. But the thing, and you don't say that when he take your haq, and you don't give his haq. No, Islam is not like that. We don't have radul pay. Means like the Britain said, bullet by bullet. No, Islam not. It's not bullet by bullet. No. If somebody take your haq, if somebody he do something that is bad for you, is it allowed for you to do something bad for him? No.
Bring him to justice.
You do something good for him. How many people do bad to the Prophet, but you do good? So this is the reason why we are facing problem. We need just to read the biography of the Prophet. Prophet, he explained everything. How many Yahud treat the Prophet, but Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't treat them like that. He do them ma'aruf. For this reason, many of them enter Islam. Many of them enter Islam. But now, maybe you have the neighbor who is not Muslim. You never recognize him. How you can expect this person to enter Islam? How? Maybe his wife, she's sick. You never recognize him to go and give salam to see the condition of his wife. Even you have a money, you can help him to give him. Maybe his wife or his child is sick. He don't have money to take him to hospital. You know that. You can give him. This is Islam. Probably he do that for many people, they enter Islam. This is the reason why Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لِكُلِّ كَبِدٍ رَطْبَةٍ أَجْرٍ. لِكُلِّ كَبِدٍ. You know kabid? The liver. Yes. So any liver that is high, it has life, means anything that is alive, you help him, you have the reward of it. So this, you know, the origin of this hadith. One day, you know, the Sharia give us command, if you see the dog, you kill him. So one day, one woman she's a bagaya prostitute woman. So in her way, hadith a Muslim, in her way, she appealing thirsty. She like to drink a water. So she came with a well. She put her rida and take a water, she drink. After she drank, she saw one dog. He eating the sand because he feeling up thirsty. This prostitute woman, she bring the water and give this calf, and he drink. For this reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give grateful to her, and he give her Jannah. So for this reason, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لِكُلِّ كَبِدٍ رَطْبَةٍ أَجْرٍ. So this is the way Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he visit the Yahud. Some of Yahud is sick. This Yahud is the neighbor of the Prophet. This son always he passed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He see him always. He take many times he didn't see this boy. Then he asked. They said this boy is sick. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to his Sahaba, we go to house of Yahud to visit this boy. This boy is Yahud. And Prophet, he entered the house. He visit this boy. When he visit him, then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this boy is very close to pass away. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, can you accept Islam? Can you accept Islam? Then this boy, he looked to his father. You know what his father said? You obey what Abul Qasim said for you. You see, for this akhlaq. Then this boy said, Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is very happy. When he went out, he said, Alhamdulillah, praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who protect this person from fire. So you see, his father giving him, he said he accept. because his father is very happy. This is prophet. This Yahud, they are treating prophet many things, but he come and visit him there. So you see, so this is Islam.
What about his father? Did he accept Islam?
The next he didn't explain for us, but the thing that we want to explain for you is his father, he gave him permission to accept because of this thing that prophet he do. So if we do this thing for many neighbors that are kuffar, we do many good things for them, they will enter Islam. They will enter Islam. Not just Islam to read the Quran to the people, to explain to the Quran. No, by your ahlak. Many people you can invite them to Islam by your ahlak. So this is the reason why many Westerners that convert to Islam, they say that they know Islam to read the books, not for the ahlak of the people. If for the ahlak, they cannot accept Islam. Some people, they show to the people like Islam is their properties. Nobody can enter. Only like Islam is our property. It's not like that. Islam is for all. For all. This Islam is not belong for any tribe. It's for all, everybody. So Yahud can enter, Jews can enter, Chinese can enter, Japanese can enter, Germany can enter, African can enter. It's all. And if you enter, you are all the same. No any difference. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. So this is the thing that is better we know it. We try, we don't explain to the non-believers that the Sharia just hukum. Hudud. Not just hudud, no. Hudud is only 1%.
But hudud actually is the responsibility of the government.
Yes.
Or the ruler, right?
Yes.
But the other parts of the Sharia actually is the responsibility of individual.
Yes.
So for that reason, what they are fighting for is those responsibility of the government, because now they are appointed the ministers, that kind of thing. So that's why they want the ruling. It's their responsibility now. It's not ours. We are individuals who are.
Yes. So the thing, yes, what you say is correct. The thing that we are facing problem here. Now we started fighting. We said you must do hudud. But if you look yourself, your behaviors and your mu'amala with non-believers is not good. So it's better before you fighting, you said you must do hudud. You must fight yourself firstly, to give yourself your tarbiyah, to follow what Allah says. And now, if you pass away, if you stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He didn't ask you why you didn't apply the hudud for some people, because this is not your responsibility. This is not your responsibility. But Allah, He will ask you if you give bad treatment to your neighbor who is kafir. Why you do that for him? The answer, because he's kafir, this cannot protect you. Even he's a kafir, he have haqq. So this is the reason why the ulama divided the haqq for neighbor. The ulama said we have neighbor who have one haqq for you. We have the neighbor who he has two haqq for you. We have the neighbor who has three haqq for you. So all this haqq you must to give it for. If the neighbor he have one haqq for you, you must to give this haqq for him. If you didn't give him, Allah, He will ask you. The neighbor who he has two haqq for you, you must to give him those two haqq. If you didn't give him, Allah, He will ask you. And the neighbor who has three haqq for you, if you didn't give him, Allah, He will ask you. So which neighbor he has one haqq for you? The neighbor who he has one haqq for you is the neighbor who is kafir. Kafir. What is haqq? His haqq of neighbor. So anything that Sharia said to do for your neighbor, you must do it for him. Anything that Sharia said you do it for your neighbor, you must do it for him. You must. If you didn't do it, Allah, He will ask you, because this is His haq from you. Even He's a kafir, you must give him his haq.
Example of the haq.
Example, don't do something that can hurt him, or to do something to destroy his house, or to do something that always he's afraid for you. And he's among his haq. If he's a sick, you go and greet him. If he enters some problem, you try to help him. So all this is haq. If you do that, you do many things for him. From here he know the Islam. He said, oh, that at that time I expected the Islam is very dangerous. But these people, my wife, she's a sick, I don't have money, he give me 5,000 ringgit in order to help me. So, for example, maybe you are rich. If you are rich, this 5,000 is, yes, it's nothing. I miss that, like you are the thing that you have. If you are not rich, maybe only you can give me 100 ringgit or 500 ringgit. But if somebody is a rich, you can give him 5,000.
Looks like I have got a neighbor.
Yes.
And then I tried to discuss.
Before that, I want to finish this hack before you ask the question. So this hack for kafir, you must to give it for him. If you didn't, Sharia said to give him. If you didn't do that, because it's a kafir, Allah, He will ask you. So the person who, your neighbor who is to hack, is the Muslim neighbor. Muslim neighbor. He have the hack of neighbor, and he's had the hack, he's a Muslim. Yes. So you must to fulfill these two hacks for this neighbor. And the third one, the person who he's a Muslim, is your neighbor and he's your relative. He's a relative. So you must fulfill the haq of relative, you must fulfill the haq of the Muslim, and you must fulfill the haq of neighbor. So this is the haq. So you must do what Sharia said. Okay, yeah, question?
This neighbor.
Yes.
So I actually for the Muslim haq is not there. I don't have that. The haq of Muslim, he don't deserve it lah.
Yes.
She don't deserve it. But then I try to promote Islam. It's not her haq, isn't it? But out of that, it has become a sort of enemy. She doesn't like it.
But I think that no, because I think the way that you apply the thing to her or to him,
It's too harsh.
yes, maybe you make a mistakes.
Discussion.
Yes, discussion. You know how to discussion. Yes, don't come for example to start saying for him, you want to call him to Islam to start bring the very harsh word to him.
Not harsh, it's just introducing something.
How you
control.
Yes, not you cannot start it from him. This is the reason why we must to lead the fiqh sirah. We know how the Prophet he do. You see, I give you one example. When the Prophet ﷺ came from Taif, one day he came, he called the Ahlul Taif. He called the Ahlul Taif to Islam. The Ahlul Taif rejected the Prophet, and they appointed their boys to throw the stones to the Prophet until they make some. They affect the head of the Prophet until the blood came. So when the Prophet left the place, he come to one garden of in a black currant. So together with Zayd bin Thabit radiallahu anhu. So in this garden, the son of Abu Lahab and another son, I forgot. They saw prophet there. So this, they have a servant. They call him, his name is Adasa. They call him, they give him enough. They said to him, take this enough to the prophet. Take this enough to the prophet. When he take this enough to the prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he give him the enough. The prophet, he take the enough. He said, Bismillah. When the Adasa heard that, he said, oh, in this town, somebody said Bismillah. When he said that, then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started asking, from where? He said from, he mentioned the town, his town. Oh, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, oh, the town of the Prophet Yunus bin Matta. And the person said, oh, did you know him? He said, yes, he's my brother. Then he said, how do you know him? Then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he read the Quran. So when he read the Quran, this person, he accepted Islam. So if you see what is the people see here, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started to think that this person, he like it, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam recognized the thing that he know this person, he like it, because this person, when he called the person who come from the same town from him, he said he's a good person, he's his brother. Then this person opened his mind to the Prophet, and the Prophet from there, he tried to explain the Islam. So now, for example, if you see the Kafir, he do something good, he said, oh, this thing that he do is very, very good, and we have it in Islam. We have it in Islam. So he was to be happy.
In fact, that is the case. She likes cats so much, and I say it's a very good thing. But then I have in my heart, if only she is a Muslim, then that would lead him to heaven, right? If she remains like that, then I have that in mind. Then when I say, the cat, everything, and then she doesn't seem to like it when I relate it to Islam.
Because they have to, the people, they already blackmailing the Islam to them, because the activities that the people do to them, this is the reason why if they hear anything that is related to Islam, they cannot look at it, because the people, they already blackmail the Islam to them. But through the akhlaq and mu'amala, like what Prophet he do, you can call them to Islam. Through the good mu'amala. Now, for example, this woman that is your neighbor, you hear that something happened to her. She need helps. So you take, at least you give her 500 ringgit. 500 ringgit, not 5,000. I think you can give her 500 ringgit.
No, I can't. Maybe I can help her. Using my energy.
Oh, even your energy and your money, if you, the thing that you have. So at least this is example, you give her 500 ringgit. For that, maybe the thing maybe is 100% of hatredness to you, it can reduce to 50%. And sometimes if you want to explain something for her, she can listen for you. He said, oh, you see, this is a Muslim, my neighbor. He helping me. Maybe this is a Chinese, but he didn't help me.
She wants more money.
No, just no money. Just what the thing that you have. Because Prophet, he used to give many people a lot of money. He give them. If they come, we need Prophet. He give to them. He give. And at the end, these people, they enter Islam. And so on, then they enter Islam because they need to get money from Prophet. And Prophet give them. At the end, their Islam it became a good. Sometimes Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he give them 500 camel. Yes. Because he need these people, they want money. So he give them. Because dunya is nothing. The thing, Prophet, his desire, he need all of us, all the people here in this ummah to accept Islam. This is the desire of the Prophet. So why we don't do like that desire? We fulfill that desire of the Prophet. But now we are the people that prevent the people to enter Islam. Because we didn't do good ahlak to them. We didn't do good ahlak to them. We must do good ahlak to them. To do your ahlak, and you show that you apply the Islam by ibadah and physical activities, because Islam not only to go masjid to pray and salawat. Islam in all in your life, not only in masjid, not only fasting, not only giving the zakah or hajj. Sometimes the people, now many people, they went umrah a lot, or hajj a lot. If you do one hajj, it's enough for you. If you do one umrah, it's enough for you. So the money that you use always to go umrah is better to give it to the poor person, to get a food to eat. This is ahabbu ilallah. This is better for you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than you go to perform umrah. Maybe you have the neighbor who is poor. He don't have money. So maybe you can spend 4,000 or 5,000 to umrah. So it's better this 5,000 to give it to this neighbor is better than to go umrah. Because Salaf, they do that. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, he want to go hajj. In his way, he find one woman, her house only is very weak house, and the rampant came, they destroyed the house. He's in way to hajj. Then he see that woman, he stop. All the wealth that he take for the hajj, he give it to her. He turn back to his house. When his student asked him, he said, the thing that I do is better than I do that hajj. So because the hajj is only one is farilla for you. So if you do one, try to help your neighbors or your relatives. The umrah is not compulsory. The umrah is not compulsory, it's sunnah. So if you do one, you try to help your neighbor is better. So we apply Islam in our whole life. This is the reason why I think you are the one who informed me one. Read the history of Umar bin Abdul Aziz. He want to convert to Islam. I think you are the one who informed me that. You see, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, if you read his biography, any person who read his biography, he will love Islam. Because Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he applied Islam practically in his whole life. You read the biography of Umar bin Khattab. You read the biography of Sahaba. So this is the reason why these people, they are already achieved. But now we are in confusion always. So I hope we okay, we stop here inshallah, because the time is